with privacy, the trick, I would say, the goal should be to find something that benefits both the organization and the customer, to take one stakeholder relationship in particular. So what type of expectations can we meet as a company that meets the needs of our customers so that they'll give over information that can be useful, and therefore I can create more of a service for my customer. And the idea that it's an either or actually goes back to the idea of like Access view of privacy, which would say that the customer has no privacy expectations as soon as they make their information accessible to me as a company. And so I can do with it what I want, which creates a horrible vicious circle of then the customer having no trust within that company, and you can almost see the information flow stop to a grinding halt. And so in some ways there can be a virtuous circle of getting more information from a customer, having privacy expectations met, keeping the information secret within the organization, using it in only the ways that you've explained that it's going to be used, having kind of a sunset clause as to when the information is not going to be held within the organization anymore, and being very clear about those expectations. People will be more apt to share more information with you. You'll be able to give better service all the time, and can be a point of trust versus a point of distrust. So while some companies might go in a vicious cycle downward of no trust, less information, and more antagonistic view on privacy expectations, there are other companies that can get people to share more and more information by continuing to work on how they can meet the needs of their customers. Facebook is one example of a company that's continued to work on it. They usually get in a lot of, there's a small uptick whenever there's privacy violation, so to speak, but they really work hard, and as far as I can tell, attempt to meet the expectations of their members and their customers, which only serves to have people trust them more. The fact that they're continually trying to work on that. A counterexample is Juicy Campus, which is now defunct, and it was a place where almost everyone agrees that there were no privacy. No one met anybody's privacy expectations. It was it was anonymous. The members were anonymous. They were able to post whatever they wanted about other people. It was a way to kind of foster gossip. And when there was any backlash, it was interesting, the CEO only ever kind of stuck in his heels and said, this is what I want to do. I don't really care what anyone else thinks. This is, even though people's privacy is being violated, information about people is being shared in an anonymous way, lots of people thought their privacy was being violated. He just said, I don't agree with you, which was his choice. However, I would point to the fact that it's gone. It just wasn't sustainable long term. Facebook was getting a lot of heat at exactly the same time, and they changed their policies. Not only their policies, but they've also changed their technology. They changed the service and what the default setting was, who was opting in versus opting out of the programs that they offered, how easy was it to turn off and leave Facebook as a member. So they were continually modifying and changing their criteria for privacy, their product and service, whereas an alternative is Juicy Campus, who just said, I'm not changing, you guys are wrong. And again, that was their choice. And then what's interesting is the people that look at it as an opportunity to grow in a relationship with their customers and see it as an opportunity to create trust, versus folks that kind of neglect that in a way and only serve to create distrust, and people stopped using Juicy Campus as a result of that.